Hi everyone! In this video, Dorky and I take an exciting trip to Nagano with our parents. We took a Shinkansen bullet train from Tokyo to Nagano for about 2.5 hours. This was back in May when the weather was still pretty cool and comfortable. Our first stop was Ueda City in Nagano.
Alright, so our first activity outside the train gates was actually to collect the Stamp of Ueda, which features a very cool samurai and its iconic 6 coins, as you'll be able to see in this lovely station. We got to see a manhole cover with the 6 coins. And for lunch, we went out and got omurice. It was quite delicious.
The highlight of Ueda City was to see my favorite illustrator, Yoshitake Shinsuke's solo exhibition, which has been exhibited throughout Japan. It was a rare chance and a dream to finally be able to see his works. The show started with some of his experimental sculptures he made during university. It's themed around imaginative ways to mimic or change human behaviors using machines. Already, I could see his unusual perspective of very ordinary human experiences being transformed into something extraordinary. This theme carries through to his later works. Here was an impressive wall of all his doodles, particularly documenting small encounters in daily life. I'm always amazed by his level of observation and how immediate the sketches are able to connect with the viewer. It's like always thinking, wow, I noticed that before too. The universal nature of the smallest things is what I find interesting. Yoshitake Shinsuke is a well-known and very popular children's book illustrator with books that consistently top the charts. His books like It Might Be an Apple and The Boring Book have also been translated to English and are New York Times bestsellers. There were handwritten sticky notes throughout the show, sharing further thoughts. It was really cool to see all the process notes, how he generated idea lists with sticky notes that he could easily swap and rearrange. This note depicted his page breakdown for one of his picture books. I was surprised it was all written by hand and exhibited in a Ziploc bag. Original line art from his published books was on display. The scale of the drawing was interesting to see and smaller than I anticipated, but I once read that he liked the textures of the pen when enlarged digitally. One interesting fact is that he doesn't usually color his illustrations and leaves the color selection to the book editors. So the funny thing is he made a note that he doesn't use those Copic markers. There were small trinkets and toys scattered throughout the exhibition. Funny surprises were discovered too. Hey Dorky, if you were to describe this exhibition in 3 words, what would it be?
He's philosophical, engaging, and fascinating. And then next we also had a guest the activity, so I was able to portray this kind of charades but without words and instead with just my hand motions and gestures. I also took a chance to do some sketches inspired by him.
My 3 words would be number 1, prolific, to describe the sheer amount of drawings on display. 2, library, to speak towards the depth and variety of his observations. And the last word would be humble, in the way the drawings were displayed in Ziploc bags and personalized touches with handwritten sticky notes. There was also themes of growth and development throughout the show, encouraging children to explore, make mistakes, and discover who they may want to become. A lot of the phrases in the show referenced his book, It Might Be an Apple, so there was signage in the same tone. Today might be a memorable day. You might have an exhibition here one day. I felt very inspired by that. Yoshitake Shinsuke only made his children's book debut at age 40, and now at 51 is a major success. The show was full of encouragement and admiration. Since living in Japan, this exhibition has been on my dream bucket list. Whenever Yoshitake Shinsuke puts out a new book, I get it on publication day. I'm a huge fan. These are the treasures I took home with me. Here are an assortment of postcards that we picked up. They are excerpts from the various books that he's published. I think out of all of them, I like the ninja one the most out of that set. Here are the exhibition tickets, which I'm definitely keeping. We found an adorable plate. It will match the cup nicely, and it goes into my dream collection of kitchen home goods. The exhibition opened with this series of work, so this is the catalog documenting his early designs from university. I think this particular book was only available at the exhibition venue, so it was a rare chance to add it to my collection. My favorite is this official catalog, a really thick volume. Basically, every single little piece of paper that was exhibited at the show is in this book. Finally, I picked up this giant plush of one of his characters in his books. Hello.
Just take my hand, I'll be all you need. Hold on to the hopes and dreams we shared along the way, and promise you won't let them fade away.
On the last leg of the trip, we made our way to Matsumoto, the second largest city in Nagano Prefecture. We are here to see one of Japan's major heritage castles dating back to the 1500s. It's characterized by an expansive moat and unique black exterior not often seen on other castles. It was surrounded by some nice landscaping, and wisteria was also in bloom. We made another pit stop to Karuizawa, which is a resort town in the mountains. We visited the old town center where there was lots of small boutiques and restaurants. I found a paint-your-own pottery studio and thought it would be a really fun experience to commemorate our trip. I was inspired by the traditional Chinese blue and white porcelain with dragon motif. It's a common dish that I saw my grandparents have in their house. The red-colored pencil will burn away when it is fired. The paint dried almost instantly after application. The pre-fired plate was very absorbent and kind of chalky feeling. The intricate patterning really required a steady hand. The blue pigment was exactly the bright cobalt blue that I wanted to use, so it was great not to have to mix any colors. My mom and dad also painted a small plate. After just 20 minutes in the kiln, it was ready for pickup. I'm quite thrilled with how it turned out. It's got a very organic and slightly aged yellow look to it. I'll add it to my collection of hand-painted dishes, and I'm really hoping to find something similar in Tokyo. Next, we went to a picture book and toy museum. The toy museum specializes in wooden toys from Germany and Europe, classic crafts like nutcrackers, figurines, puzzles, and wind-up toys. The architecture of the museum was very serene and like a forest lodging. The Picture Book Museum housed exhibits of early editions of children's picture books, including a small pavilion for Beatrice Potter, the creator of Peter Rabbit. I believe these are early lithograph prints from Alice in Wonderland. This cabin housed all kinds of picture books and is open for artists to conduct research in. I can imagine just settling down and diving into the books. The museum grounds was also surrounded by a lush garden. So that wrapped up our Nagano trip. It was a great trip, though there were some challenges along the way. I was also able to make happy memories. One funny incident was a mix-up I had with my mom while shopping. We both mistook someone else for each other, so I wanted to document this funny incident in a comic. These dishes are quite nice. Do you see them? Hello, can you hear me, Mom? Are you listening? Why aren't you replying?
Is this one better? Or do you think this one? Maybe this one is nicer. 私に話してるの? Who are these people talking to me in foreign language?
So basically we had a big laugh because I don't even understand how I mistook someone in a completely different colored outfit to be my mom.
Alright, one final list of items to do with my parents, and Nat's parents as well, is visiting Team Lab Borderless.
This digital art museum has been quite popular for the past few years. It's called Borderless, as the spaces are designed to merge together with changing boundaries.
One of the Team Lab's activity was to draw aquatic animals, and so Nat and I had decided to take our very favorite aquatic shark and give it life. We also tried to darken the color of our characters so that we would be able to see it a little better, hopefully, once we have that scanned and to be displayed on their giant aquarium screen. Unfortunately, as you can see, the characters did show up, but the white color of our faces didn't show up as nicely. But everything also looked very energetic, and I was very proud of that. And so we also got a chance to see a whole bunch of other creations just floating around, even my parents and Nat's parents as well.
The days in Tokyo were short but packed. I went to Disney Sea with my parents. It's my second time here, and I would really recommend this over Disneyland. The world building here in Disney Sea is really immersive and of course has lots of water elements incorporated. To accompany my Monsters, Inc. popcorn bucket, my souvenir of this visit was Mickey Hand's popcorn tongs. I really enjoyed the set design of Toy Story Mania. The ride here with all the staging of giant crayons and toys, all references to the toys throughout the movies. The parade at night was great, and I especially loved the songs from Coco and Frozen 2. Here we are at Sekaido Art Store in Shinjuku. It has 5 floors of art supplies. I found this pen that had a dot pattern roller on the end. It's quite interesting. Here's a stencil with sharp edges to rip masking tape. Japanese paints are really high quality with great pigmentation and flow. My favorite Japanese paints are Holbein and Turner. My mom was searching for calligraphy pens and nibs. There's a great selection, especially for the manga industry here. I found this interesting eraser with different thicknesses, especially designed to clean up in between comic frames. There is a wide selection of screen tones, which is like a manually applied patterned film. Maybe I should do an art supplies challenge video with unique finds from the store. I'm amazed by the sheer quantity of erasers that are on sale. This is a slim eraser with the sleeve designed to be perforated and removed as the eraser gets used. I wonder what this human stencil is used for. This is my repeat purchase and go-to paper for picture book work. It's suitable for watercolors and markers. If you're unsure of which paper to select, there are postcard-sized packs you can try out. Heading over to the brushes, here's my go-to brush for gouache. The synthetic bristles are smooth and holds the shape well. Anyways, thanks for sticking around on this long vacation vlog. I hope there was some parts that you found interesting. Now back to more painting. See you next time. Bye!
I had a very nice time doing some voiceovers, and hopefully I get more lines next time. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye!